So why do you think Canada needs a bank reform?
Well, because at the present time, we have given, and why we did this, I have no idea, but we have given, and this is not just Canada, but other countries as well, the privately owned banks a monopoly to create money. And they create it all as debt. And unfortunately, it's debt that has to be repaid with interest. But no one creates any money with which to repay either the principal or the interest. So what do our governments have to do? They have to either tax people more, and some of us think that taxes are high enough or maybe too high already, or borrow. And if you borrow it, then you have to pay it back with interest. And there's no way you can do that. Mathematically impossible. So it's really a dead-end situation. And what Canada and the world have to have, and this is a principle, they have to have a major infusion of government-created debt-free money to dilute this ocean, really, of debt that has been accumulated for the last few decades when we've been doing nothing but borrowing money from banks and other institutions. We have to dilute it if we're going to have any hope of providing, worthwhile jobs for young people and of getting the economy up and running in such a way that we can do the things that have to be done in all the major issues.
Okay. And what's the current problem with the Canadian monetary policy?
Well, the problem basically is we don't have money. And we need money. So, as I said, you have to either tax it, which people are objecting to, and I think probably rightly so, I feel. Why should we have to pay tolls on roads? Why should we have to pay hotel taxes when there are other ways of solving the problem? And so we've got to change the system in order to meet the needs in this whole wide range, whether it's healthcare, education, the arts, infrastructure, or giving a better break to our Aboriginal brothers and sisters. They all need more money, and there isn't any money. And at the moment, you have to borrow it. And we don't want to borrow anymore because then we go further in debt, and more of our income goes to paying interest rather than solving these problems that I was just talking about. So the only way for Canada and the world, really, and I think Canada should lead the parade, the only way is for the government to produce or have produced on its behalf a very large amount of debt-free money, government-created debt-free money. And it can be done. We have the facilities to do that. But they, at the moment at least, haven't had the will to do it. And I would say the thing that discourages me most, they're not willing to take an hour and a half off and listen.